If you've ever tried self care and thought, why is my body still tense? Listen, sometimes your problem isn't motivation, it's not discipline, it's not even mindset. Sometimes it's your nervous system saying, I don't feel safe yet. Today we're talking about the nervous system, talking about a nervous system reset without the hype. Simple daily regulation tools that actually work in real life. No expensive gadgets, no complicated routines, just practical stress relief routines you can use in under 5 minutes.
Good morning, or good afternoon, or maybe it's evening. It doesn't really matter what time it is, and it doesn't even matter where you are. We want to welcome you to Wholeness Wednesdays. So grab a cup of coffee or tea and join our host, Beatrice Hutchison, as we explore and experience our journey to complete wholeness.
Welcome back to Wholeness Wednesdays on Completely Whole, where we pursue wholeness, mind, body, spirit, and finances. And I'm your host, Beatrice Hutchison. And this month, we've been talking about boundaries, overwhelm, and peace because a lot of us are functioning, but our bodies are still on high alert. Let's change that. So let's answer this question right away. How do I calm my nervous system quickly? The fastest way to calm your nervous system is to send your body a clear signal of safety, letting it know you're safe, usually through slower breathing, longer exhales, grounding your senses, gentle movement, and calming input like warmth, a prayer, or a supportive voice. Quick regulation is less about thinking your way out and more about body based cues that tell your brain we are safe right now. Today, I'll give you a simple toolkit so you can choose what works for you. So, let's talk about what dysregulated really means. Let's make this as simple as possible. Your nervous system is basically your body's alarm and its safety system. It's always asking, am I safe? Am I threatened? When your nervous system is regulated, you can think clearly, you can respond calmly, you can rest deeply, you can communicate much better, and you can make wise decisions. When it's dysregulated, on the other hand, you might notice your chest is tight, you have shallow breathing, you have irritability, you're snapping at people, or even shutting down. You have racing thoughts, you have brain fog, you're doom scrolling, overeating, overworking, doing all of those things that are not good for you, and feeling on edge, even when nothing is actually happening. And here's the important part. Dysregulation doesn't mean you're broken. It means your body is doing its job. It's trying to protect you, and that's what it's supposed to do. Our goal isn't to shame ourselves. Our goal is to build nervous system regulation practices, simple stress relief routines so your body learns it's safe to soften. Now let's talk about the three states that you should recognize. Think of your nervous system like a traffic light, right? There are three colors on the traffic light. Green means regulated, safe, and connected. You can focus, you're present, you feel steady. Yellow and red can be considered the fight or flight kind of alarm system. And so, in that state, you are anxious, you're restless, you're rushed, you're angry, you're reactive, you can't settle, and you can't stop. Blue is our third color that we're going to talk about, and that's the shutdown and freeze. That's where we become numb. And in this state, we feel tired, we're disconnected, we're foggy, we're unmotivated. You have that I don't care or that I can't move kind of feeling. A lot of high functioning people live in the yellow and the red state, right? Always pushing. No, despite of what our body is saying to us, we continue to push. And then we crash and then go to blue where we can't do anything. This episode is about building a bridge between the green without pressure. Now let's talk about how to reset without the hype. I want to free you from the performance version of regulation. You don't need to be perfect, have the perfect playlist, the perfect candle, the perfect hour-long routine. Regulation is not a spa day. Regulation is small signals of safety repeated often. So I'm going to give you 10 tools, and your job is to pick 2 to 3 that fit your life. Now, here are the tools that you could do daily. Tool number 1, the physiological sigh. And this only takes 30 seconds. So this one is one of the fastest ways to drop tension. And how do you do this? So you inhale through your nose, take a tiny second inhale at the top, and then have a long exhale through your mouth. And you repeat this 2 to 3 times. If you've been in with us in our prior episode, we actually went through the breathing techniques and how to breathe to calm yourself down. So this one you do, it's in your nose, in through your nose, as much air as you can get in. And once it gets in, you take another second, then you exhale through your mouth. And you repeat that 2 to 3 times. And so what does this say? This tells the body that we're safe. We can soften. We don't have to be tensed. We can soften because we're safe. Let's try it together. So we're going in through the nose as much as we can, counting 1 second, and then exhaling until we release all the air through our mouths. Let's do it. Ready, set, go. And you can do this in the middle of feeling very anxious, and it will calm you down. Now let's talk about tool number 2. So this one is long exhale breathing. So this one is similar to the breathing technique, but it's longer, right? So this one, instead of taking seconds, it takes 1 minute. So you breathe in for 4, out for 6. So you breathe in for 4, or you could even be 3, however long it takes you to get all the air that you possibly can. And so you do that, breathe it in, and then you release it for 6. All right, let's do that together. Breathe in. And exhale for 6. So the point here is that you have an exhale, right? That is longer than your inhale. So it helps your body to regulate even more. So what does this say to the body? It says that the longer exhale is like telling us that we can stand down. We're comfortable. We're okay. There is no alarm or anything to be worried about here. We can stand down. We can calm down. Tool number 3, grounding. And this is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. And this takes a little bit longer, 1 to 2 minutes. And so you have to name a few things with this particular tool or this exercise. So you look for 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can feel, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you could smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. So that's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. And so 5 things you can see, 4 things you could feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you could smell, and 1 thing you can taste. So this exercise is your 5 senses. And so once you do that, this brings you out of that spiraling or moves you from the spiraling thoughts and back into the present. It helps you to kind of recalibrate, to kind of recenter yourself. Now let's talk about tool 4, orienting. This takes about 30 to 60 seconds. This one is powerful, yet is very simple. So you look slowly around the room. Let your eyes land on 5 safe objects in your environment. Relax your jawline while you do it, right? So you just want to relax yourself. If there's any tension, just relax. Maybe you need to do some breathing before you even do this, right? But you just want to relax yourself. Relax your face, the muscles in your face, your facial muscles, and then you want to just look around the room and look for those 5 objects in your environment that are safe, that represent something safe to you. And so what this says to the body is that I'm here. I'm in a safe space. I'm present in this space. And that is always helpful to help you calm. Tool number 5, temperature shift. This can take 30 to 90 seconds. So you use the temperature to cue calm, to help you calm down. So you can splash yourself in the face with water. You can splash cool water on the face, hold a cold drink, a warm mug in your hands, a warm shower, maybe a heating pad on your shoulders. So the change in temperature is what helps the body to calm. And so your body receives the temperature as information to say, we're safe, we can calm down. Tool number 6, gentle movement. And you can do this for 2 minutes. Dysregulation is energy. Movement helps complete the stress cycle. So you can try things like shoulder rolls, rolling your shoulders. You can do some slow neck stretches. You can stand and shake your body, all of your limbs and everything for about 20 seconds. You can even take a slow walk to the window and back, or across the room and back. And so these slight movements, they can say, I'm not stuck. My body can move through this. So it helps to send those healthy signals to our bodies. Tool number 7, pressure and breathe. With this takes about a minute to do, but you put a hand on your chest and one on your belly. And then you breathe slowly and press gently. So let's do this together. One hand on the chest, one hand on the belly, and then you breathe in and out and apply some pressure. And this is also a simple way to communicate safety to the body. Tool number 8, that is regulation through sound. This takes 1 to 3 minutes. So you want to try to hum for a few seconds, maybe around 30 seconds, just hum a tune or a low sound. Gentle singing, a soft worship chorus. Listen to something that is even instrumental that you can hum along to, but helping your body to regulate through the use of sound. Sound vibrations can calm your system and shift you out of tension. And so that's why it's not good to just listen to the music, but to also hum along with it or sing along with it, right? The vibrations that are produced when you are singing or projecting sound can also help to release that tension. Tool number 9, using prayer as regulation. So this takes 1 to 2 minutes. Doesn't have to be a long prayer. It's not a performative prayer. It doesn't have to be grandiose. You're not saying all these great and grandiose things, right? But this is an anchored prayer. So you try one sentence and then you breathe. So you inhale, Jesus, you are here. You exhale at I receive your peace. Or you can say on the inhale, Lord, I release what I can't control. Lord, I release what I can't control. God, steady me. Doesn't have to be long, but it can be very helpful. Prayer is both spiritual and physiological. It slows you down. It helps to anchor you and also to reconnect you. Tool number 10, a 10-minute daily green time routine. This is your preventative routine. So you pick any 2 to 3 tools and do them once per day because you're already overwhelmed. So you pick 2 to 3 and you try them each day. So an example of the green time would be you do 1 minute of the long exhale breathing that we did, right? And then also you can do 2 minutes of stretching, right? The stretches. And then you can do 2 minutes of sunlight at the window. You walk to the window, get some sunlight, and come back. You can do 2 minutes of prayer like we did with the inhale and the exhale. You can do 3 minutes of journaling. What do I need today? You can pick 2 to 3 of any of these or the others that we also spoke about to really help you to go into that green time, right? To have you be in preventative mode so that you do not get overwhelmed and to where you get dysregulated. This is how you build nervous system resilience. Now let's talk about building your very own calm plan. So let's build our calm plan together. So you can grab a notepad, you can do it in your computer, you can do it in a notepad or the notes section in your phone, tablet, however, or you can use a whiteboard. I like to use my whiteboard for the sake of demonstrations. And so what you write down is when I feel anxious, I will do. And so when I feel anxious, that's when we're in that yellow, that red state, right? That second state. So then we say what we will do. And then we want to identify something for 30 seconds, 1 minute, and then 2 minutes. And then the next state is when I feel shut down, when I'm in that blue phase, I will do. And you have 3 other items that you want to put in: one for movement, one for light and sound, and then the last one is to reach out. So some samples of what we could do if we're anxious: we can have a physiological sigh, right? We can sigh 3 times. We can do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding. We could put the hand on our chest and breathe prayer, right? So those are some combinations of things that we can do when we're in that red yellow state, the second state. But then when we're in that shutdown state, we can stand and shake our arms and legs. We can step outside for 2 minutes, get some sunlight. We can text one safe person and say, can you check on me? Can we do a quick check-in? So those are some samples of things that we could put in for our combos. So let's go back. So when I feel anxious, I will do. I'm going to say the quick breaths, right? Because we're only doing this one for 3 seconds, for 30 seconds. Then what are we going to do for the 1 minute? Going to say I will hum a song. And then for 2 minutes, I will do some stretches. And then when I feel shut down, when I'm in that blue phase, I will do, for movement, I will walk back and forth. I'm going to say twice, 2 times. And then for light and sound, go to window for sunlight. And then reach out. I will text a trusted person. So there we are. Very simple. We have our plan of what we can do. And you can do this very quickly and have it someplace posted so that you could always refer back to it. Having it in your phone because you always have it with you can be very helpful. So there you have it. We have our very own calm plan that we made together. Remember that if these feelings are frequent, intense, or connected to trauma, it can be helpful to work with a licensed professional. We always, we try what we can, but if we need additional help, it's okay to ask for more help. This is support, not shame. We reach out for what we need. Supports are available to us. So now why does all of this matter when we're talking about wholeness? Because that's our goal on this channel always. When your nervous system calms down, you set better boundaries. You communicate better with others. You stop stress spending, right? Because that's what some of us do. Some of us also have stress eating, or so we're able to stop that as well. Also, like self-medicating with scrolling and engaging in other behaviors that are not good for us. You even sleep better, and you could also hear from God more clearly. Regulation isn't extra, it's a foundation. You need it to be stable so that the body knows we're safe, we're okay, and so that we can be effective in the things that we set out to do. Let me remind you, you don't have to bully your body into peace. It wouldn't work if you tried it anyway. You can train your body into safety, train it gently, consistently, and daily. This is nervous system regulation without all the hype. We don't have to do all these big grand things, spend a lot of money, but very simply, we can put these practices in place that could help us to regulate our nervous system. If this episode helped you, I need you to do 3 things for me. Number 1, subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode on boundary scripts and pushback. We're going to give you some actual scripts on what to say so that you can do it appropriately. Number 2, I need you to comment. Which tool are you trying first? The breathing, the grounding, the movement, the temperature, or the prayer? Let me know down in the comments what you'll be doing next. Also, number 3, share this with someone who's been fine but tense for months. And I'll also share a link to something special for you down in the description box, just that you know, or that could help kind of guide you along this nervous system reset. As we do together, let us affirm. Please repeat after me. My body is allowed to soften. I am safe in this moment. I can calm down without guilt. God's peace is available to me. I choose steady, small steps towards wholeness. Let me close with this prayer. Lord, calm what's racing in us. Strengthen what's tired in us. Teach us to rest in your presence and to carry life with wisdom. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Until next time, be made whole.
We thank you for sharing this time with us here at Wholeness Wednesdays. Thank you for joining us to explore and experience this journey to complete wholeness. Please remember that we are only an email away. Your questions and input are welcome via bhutch@CompletelyWhole1.com. See you next time here at Wholeness Wednesdays.